Can you hear me now? I just unplugged my mic. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Okay, no sound. Hold on, we're gonna get it together. Yes, there is sound. Yes, thank you guys so much. Let me know to hold up. We can't hear you. Okay. So let me just backtrack a little. Today, we are talking about love builds legacy. So thank you for those that are chiming in. Thank you for catching me. Thank you for helping and correct me. That's why community is so important. That's why family is so important, right? So, okay, let me get back into this and kind of back up a little. So, love builds legacy. So, our focus, like I stated when you couldn't hear me, is impact, authorship, visibility, and generational influence. Good morning, Kathleen, Coach Kathleen over on Instagram. So, we're going to focus on the angle, that love leaves evidence through words, works, and wisdom. All right. And you know what? I wanted to focus this week leading up to Valentine's Day. I really wanted to focus on love. There are so many people out there that feel like they're just not loved. Or they may say, hey, I don't have anybody this Valentine's Day. And you know what? So, what we're going to do, we're going to pour out a little love on them. If they're in our community, if they're chiming in from afar, we just want to spread love. So, throughout your day, just keep that in mind. Spread a little love. It could change someone's whole outlook on their day. All right. All right. So let's talk about love is not just emotional, love is architectural. It builds things, it builds confidence in children, it builds courage in leaders, it builds stories that outlive the storyteller. We still read stories today from those that have gone on long before, but they left in the earth, they left their story, which is part of their legacy for us to still be able to gain wisdom from it, to enjoy it. So, me as a publisher, it is so important. It is so important that people document their stories, that you share your stories. You never know who's waiting to hear from you. You never know. So, it's about faith. Well, also, legacy is not about fame. Legacy, it's about faithfulness. Every time you choose integrity over convenience, every time you tell the truth with grace, every time you show up consistently, you are building something that will stand beyond you. So, love leaves fingerprints in generations. You want to leave your fingerprints, right? You do, especially if you have a family, if you have children and stuff, you want to leave your legacy. Um, Talk more to your kids, talk more to your family about what's going on in your life. What are you doing in your life that's going to leave a legacy, that's going to leave fingerprints in the generations and those that are coming behind you? Okay, it's important. So let's see who else. Words, works, and wisdoms. Yes, and that is Amanda Neighbors. Let me just post this up on the screen. So, Amanda, we are about to get into your segment right now. We're getting into the segment that's going to focus on her book, When Love Pours, Love Speaks. Amanda Neighbors, our best-selling author who's in the community right now. Thank you so much. I do want to acknowledge you, and I want to thank you so much for all your wisdom. Her first book, 365 Days of Wisdom Quotes. But we're focusing on her second bestseller, When Love Pours, Love Speaks. Her daily devotion is 365 days of all love quotes. And the quote that I pulled from her book today is, love is a good investment that can yield forth sustainable riches. That's powerful. Legacy is the return on love invested wisely, guys. Not temporary applause, not quick recognition, but sustainable impact. So let me say that one more time. And I'm going to put up the link whereas you can go and support Amanda by purchasing a copy of her book. So you can go right over to our hovpub.com website, and it's also available on Amazon. But I direct people to her webpage Actually, you can get to her personal webpage through our website, the publishing website. But I direct people there because you know what? When you purchase through us, through our distributor, she retains more of her royalties instead of giving it away to Amazon. So yes, I'm going to always push for the authors to gain more royalties. Okay. So yes, definitely go over, stop by HOV Pub / win hyphen love hyphen pours and get your copy of Amanda's book, her best-selling book. Okay. All right, so let me get back because I want to say this again. I want to say the quote again. Love is a good investment that can yield forth sustainable riches. Ooh, y'all, that's one of 365. You definitely want this because then you'll have love every single day. Yeah, every single day. Amanda, I can't thank you enough, and just to let everybody know, is it okay for me to just drop the hint that she's working on her prayer book right now also? She's powerful, guys, powerful. And you're going to want to get her first book also, 365 Days of Wisdom Quotes. You definitely want to get that too. But thank you, Amanda, for leaving wisdom, leaving power of your story showing up in this way. See, that's the amazing thing about the power of your story. It doesn't have to just show up as an autobiography. Mm-mm. God has a way of really giving you your own DNA when it comes to your story, right? He has a way of downloading in you exactly what he needs from you because he know what we all need. And that's how Amanda shows up in the world, showing the power of her story. 365 days she gives you him wrapped up in love, wrapped up in wisdom for you to take with you every single day. Make sure you stop by and get a copy of her book, HOVPUB.com. If you just go there, just go to book buy and look for When Love Pours. You'll find it. It's there. Go get it. All right. So let me continue on. All right. So some of you are building quietly, I realize, right? Some of you may be even writing quietly. Oh, some of you are leading quietly, but quiet does not mean insignificant. Love multiplies over time. Sometimes you may have to move in silence. The evidence of the work will be seen. It will. People will see what you do in silence, how you're moving in silence. It will manifest. It will. So love doesn't just feel good, love feels good also. So, okay, guys, let's get into our pour into purpose segment. Let's get into our pour into purpose segment, whereas we're going to talk about invest where it matters. I'm going to break these things down for you. Invest where it matters, right? And hopefully this will be helpful. Time is a currency. Words are seeds. Consistency compounds. So, time is a currency. Ask yourself this question. How much time are you wasting? In other words, let's turn it into how much money are you just losing because you're not effectively using time, right? Words are seeds. Are you planting? Are you planting? Words are seeds. So when I work with authors that come to me and they talk about their ideas, they talk about their story, they talk about how they want their words to turn into the story that can really help people. It's planting. They are planting seeds. And what I do, I just help to cultivate it. I help to water it. I help them push it forth to birth it listen, into their reality, into the world, so others can benefit from it. So, but let me continue to pour into purpose, right? Build with intention. Don't rush, I'm sorry, what needs roots. Choose depth over display. Let integrity anchor your influence. Maybe I need a little coffee. My mouth feels a little dry. Okay. All right. Let's continue to pour. Okay. Think generationally. This talks about the legacy. So, who benefits from your obedience? I want you to really think about these questions that I'm posing to you, right? When you're thinking legacy, when you're thinking, what are you leaving in the earth? Who benefits from your obedience? What story will outlive you? What are you modeling daily? I just want you to think on those things as you're thinking about your own legacy. Okay. All right. Now, this is the segment that we definitely all can participate in, which I have some reflection questions for you. I do. And I like giving reflection questions. So the last questions I gave you were a part of our Pour into Purpose segment. But these two questions is questions that I really want you to think about. I want you to take with you. I have over here, how much, Coach Kathleen, how much dollars are you losing because you're wasting time? Absolutely. And you know what, right now we can't afford to lose dollars. We have to use our time wisely. And remember, time is a currency. If you and I, I'm gonna before we get into our two questions, let's get back. I like that. Thanks, Coach Kathleen. So when you think about time is a currency, think about this. If you work for someone, you're exchanging your time for currency, for dollars, right? You go work for the company, and in exchange, they pay you weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. So that's currency, time exchanged for currency, right? And so same thing, if you are independent and you working for yourself, same thing, be conscious of your time because you don't have a company that's paying you, right? You are relying as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are relying on time being converted into currency by generating new business leads, by working with clients, you know, by being able to go out, create products or services that you can exchange that time that you put into that for currency, for revenue to help you build your wealth, your family livelihood, right? So keep in mind when you think about the importance of time is currency, when you think about that, how much time am I wasting? How much money equated to money? If you can feel the pain of a thing, you'll make some fast changes. How much money am I losing? I feel like, the faucet is just running and I'm just losing money. So, turn the faucet off. Start. I always say, you know what? Sometimes when you gain knowledge of a thing, then you start acting differently, moving differently, making better decisions, right? So hopefully, if you've never looked at time as a currency, and this is the first time you might be hearing this, then you know what? Be mindful. Time is currency, which means how much time am I wasting, which means how do I equate that to dollars? I'm going to leave that with you. And on that note, let's go into our, our reflection questions. The first question is, what are you building right now that your future self or someone else will thank you for? That's a really good question. What am I building right now that my future self or someone else will thank me for? So let me just elaborate on that just a little. Using my own example. What I'm building right now, I'm building my Hope of Vision ecosystem, right? My Hope of Vision ecosystem, it includes three pillars. I kind of broke it out into three pillars. One, HOV publishing, HOV Academy, and HOV Media. So when I look at Hope of Vision Publishing, Hope of Vision Academy, and Hope of Vision Media, I'm looking at three different pillars. And in those pillars, they're going to have different compartments, different rooms, that different offerings. But at the end of the day, They all work hand in hand, right? It's like, and that's why I think it's so important, why I keep telling people, join the community, join the community. There's so much more you'll find in the school community. In our school community, stop by and join the community. I'm going to put the link up in the comments section. Let me see if I can put it up. Um, it's on the screen. And but yes, and it's scrolling also on the bottom for you to join our school community, school.com/morning brew with Germaine. And the reason that I guess I'm pushing it so hard to build the community, because I interact with a lot of people, and a lot of them have similar questions, or they have questions, but they want to know about the power of their story. And being able to share your story, you may not have all the answers. I'm quite sure you don't. We don't have all the answers. That's why community is so important, because we're all puzzle pieces that will connect to someone else to create something much greater than us. Unity, community. And so I really want to let people know it's a safe space to be able to come, to ask questions, to see your story develop, especially if it's in its infant stages. Really wanting to see your story come to life, whereas now, wow, my story, people are engaging in my story, people are investing in my story, people are getting help from my story. Okay, God, I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing how you're giving me purpose. I'm seeing how you're using me for all the things I may have encountered along this life's journey. And I see how you're allowing me to connect in community, to really be able to birth my own story out. So now I build my own community of people that need what I'm offering. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. We all need something from each other, right? We can't do this life by ourselves. And don't let anybody tell you that you can, because you can't. All right. All right. So let me get back into this. So that was just question one. What are you building right now that your future self or someone else will thank you for? All right. Question number two. If love is an investment, where are you choosing to place it? Ooh. If love is an investment, where are you choosing to place it? Is it on good ground? Are you getting a return? You're planting a seed. It's giving a good harvest. I don't know. I could just answer for me. You have to answer for you. But where are you placing it? If love is an investment, I'm gonna leave that with you guys. If love is an investment, where are you choosing to place it? Yes, those are reflection questions I'm gonna leave for you. All right. So, with it being Black History Month, I want to really acknowledge and give a spotlight to Black authors that have really contributed to our culture. So today's Black author spotlight um, is Ta-Nehisi Coates. Coates is an American author and journalist who writes on culture, social, and political issues, particularly regarding African Americans and white supremacy. His book, Between the World and Me, won the National Book Award for nonfiction. And he has so much more that you can really go and look him up, get to know who he is, look at what he's contributing, the voice of today, and what he's contributing and how he's fighting for us as a people. So, yes, we want to definitely acknowledge and spotlight those that are leaving a legacy for us and our children, children's children, to be able to get to know who we are as a people. Okay. All right, then. So, we're coming to the final sip. Yes, we are coming to the final sip, which means we are coming to the end. And with that being said, I am so glad that you all decided to just stop by for a quick coffee break. Remember, go and join us on SKOOL.com/morning brew with Germaine. Yes, make sure you go in there. Let me put the link up again. Um, Let me put the link up again because I definitely want you to be a part of our community. Okay. And if you're interested and you figure out you can't get in, just, you know what, hit me up. Morning brew with Germaine at gmail.com. And guess what? I will make sure you get the link so you gain access into the community so you can have the power also of sharing your story and finding out what you need to bring your story to life. What tools, what support are you going to need to bring your story to life? And I do want to say this as well. With it being Black History Month, I did, I am offering for those that want to see their books come to market in 2026. It was dropped in my spirit, and I'm being obedient to give $1,000 discount on your book project. You know, you own the rights to it. And so being able to, okay, Coach Kathleen, I'm gonna make sure you get that so you can join the school community. And so what I want to do is just share a little love, spread a little love for those. We have 8 slots that we made available. Actually, we don't have 8 anymore. We have about 2 or 3 slots, I believe, left. But for those that really want to see their book hit the marketplace in 2026, and you need a little help financially, maybe, you need to set up payment arrangements, whatever it is, the most important thing is you are ready to say, I want my book to be in the market so people can engage, they can, get some wisdom, whatever it is. We are a publishing company and we are offering this special Black History Month promo, $1,000 discount on your next book project. So if you are interested in that, please make sure you stop by morningbrewwithgermaine.com. Okay. Or once again, you can just send us an email at morningbrewwithgermaine@gmail.com. And you know what? Let me know. I'm interested. I want to know more about it. And we'll definitely get that information to you, as well as, hey, listen, I want to join your school community also. All right, guys. So with that being said, guess what? Let's go into our final sip. And you can always still make donations. It's on the feed on the bottom with Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/morning brew with Germaine. If anything resonates with you and you just want to sow a seed, you want to buy me a coffee, I will gladly take it. All right. It just goes back into our community to give you more. So, but all right, guys, let's get into this final sip. I'm in. I want the discount too. You are now. Okay, Coach Kathleen, I am sending that over to you. Hold on, hang on. We'll send it right after the show. All right, so final sip. Love is not temporary, it is transferable. What you build in love can outlive you. Love covers a multitude of faults. Love covers. Just allow love to cover as you correct whatever those faults may be, right? All right, so you know how we do. We sip slow. Let's build intentionally. And guys, let's continue to pour into purpose. And on that note, thank you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by for another Morning Brew with Germaine. Make sure you stop by tomorrow, Authors Brew Friday. Yes, we do have an author in studio tomorrow. And let me just give you a quick, you see this in the background, the Blacks In calendar. Yes, the author of Blacks In. We're going to talk all about Blacks that have made significant contributions to our culture. It's absolutely beautiful, guys, this calendar. You definitely want it. And I want to put this up because if you want to get a copy now, I always say these pictures are so beautiful that you can literally cut them and frame them. So, not that you want to dismantle the calendar, but you know what? Why not? If the month is gone, you can save the pictures. So, Listen, let me put that up here because blacks, it is blacks, BLACKS dash in.com. Purchase your copy, but Teresa Merritt Watson will be with us tomorrow in studio, and we are going to dive into her inspiration, motivation behind this, her whole movement, and her passion for really educating us on our culture. I love calendars and I didn't get one this year. You know what, Coach Kathleen? I got some treats for you. I do. So, all right, guys, on that note, guess what? Coach Kathleen will be with us next Wednesday, last Wednesday of every month. Coach Kathleen, menopause. Yes, ladies. Finally, let's get the answers we need to the questions we have about what is going on with my body, these hormones. Menopause is all up in our business. So, Coach Kathleen cannot wait for next Wednesday. Well, not next Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month. Let me get my days right. The last Wednesday of the month, every month. Last Wednesday of the month, we have Coach Kathleen who is with us. Yes. So I will see you all tomorrow for another morning brew coffee break. Yes, with author Teresa Merritt Watson. Have a great day, guys. Please be safe. Coach Kathleen, you stand by and I will get you your information. Talk to you all soon. Thanks.